Hey everybody! I hope you've been doing well. I hope you've been doing pretty good since the last time we've had a chance to kind of sit around and catch up with one another. You know, I know it's been a while since I've done a makeup look, but to be honest with you and myself, I cannot get these ideas out of this head and on this face until I get my makeup organized. But, however, luckily for me, the birthday brigade sort of made sure I had everything that I needed to put all my pieces for my passion in one place. And plus, I've got this really, really cool birthday look that I need to put out because there's only a few days left in Capricorn season. And yeah. So let's kind of sit around and have some chit chat. You'll get a chance to see some of the creative items that I have, as well as some of the things that I use on a day-to-day basis and like what I like to have just kind of sitting out and about so I can touch it on the go. Yeah, let's kind of see where the day takes us. I think this is going to be fun. Come on. Yeah, come on. Alrighty, first up we'll be organizing pigments and glitters. I have about 30 of these. Like either you can buy them in a set or you could catch them out in the store as you see like a texture or a color that you grow fond of. I like these because they're great for a little pop of color, like when you want something that's maybe neon. Some of these have glow in the dark tendencies. A lot of the glitters aren't just your standard granular glitter. You can either find them like in sequins or you can find them in flakes. So I love them because they're really versatile and you don't really have to make a large investment or commitment to a full set of products. So I'm hoping that I could get all of these into the Finessa case. Let's kind of see how that goes and move on to the next one. Alrighty, so all of the pigments fit, yay, which makes me excited, especially since I have additional room to spare. So we're free to get into the next category, which is brushes. Now, some people tend to like a particular brand of brush. Me, a brush is a brush is a brush type of girl. A lot of my brushes aren't even technically makeup brushes. Like if I'm in Michael's, if I'm in Hobby Lobby, if I see a brush that looks, if it has a nice angle, if it has a good fluff to it, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it because I know there's going to be a use for it somewhere down the road. Now, I will point at my three favorite face brushes. Like I said, a brush is a brush is a brush. So while I know that things are technically concealer brushes or foundation brushes or blush brushes, I just sort of like these three, whatever these three are, whatever they are. The first one is like usually flat, kind of thick. I like this for the application of concealers. The second is a more slanted full brush that I like to use for a foundation, and you got to have a nice fluffy brush to make sure that you have your powder it's set in place and you're not shining throughout your day. So yeah, these are my three faves. I do have one style of eyeshadow brush that I tend to use a lot. These basically like mini versions of the concealer brush. I like them because you get both coverage and control with how you get to place your colors. So usually if I'm trying to put on one or two colors to kind of splash things up for a Zoom meeting, chances are this style brush is going to be the brush that I'm going to grab. So yeah, let's get into more organizing. Come on, this is fun. I hope you're enjoying it. You better be enjoying it. This is fun for me. Okay, so before you start to beautify the face, you have to make sure that you have the proper base. So after I'm cleaned, moisturized, I usually go all over with either a cream or clear jelly primer. And then as I'm working in my foundation and after I laid on the setting powder, I usually hit it a few times with a matte setting spray. I don't really have a particular brand that I'm fond of. I just use whatever is there. To be honest, this is a little gift set. I picked up a ton of these during Christmas clearance at Walmart for $1.50. It's hard candy and it works pretty well. I haven't, regretted the bulk purchase. When it comes to foundations and concealers, whether it's a day-to-day look or a full-on glam look, I'm usually using two. So I'm hitting it with a shade that's usually 2 or 3 shades darker, just to hit those little blemishes or those not so perfect areas, as well as to carve some angles into my face. My face is round, so I like to use some dark foundation like around the edges and like in the bridge of the nose section to kind of give some definition and angle where there isn't any naturally per se. When it comes to brands, a favorite of mine that I've been using heavily since the summer, beauty store brand, Absolute New York 2-in-1 foundation. I keep a ton of these around. I haven't had any problems. So far they haven't given me a reason to stray too far away. I like it because it comes in a wide range of colors, and while it does have the concealer in it, it doesn't completely mask your face. Like, I'm still able to feel air on my face. I'm still able to see my skin. I'm not too fond of a complete full coverage look. So, mid coverage concealers and foundations and things of that nature, that's right up my alley. When it comes to loose powders, again, I keep the same methods and whatever that I do with my foundation. That's usually one shade that's a few shades darker and one that's more closer to my skin tone. Ruby Kisses, another brand that we all know and love from the beauty store. I keep a 14-16 combination. Lately, I've been super into the L'Oreal Infallible series, whether it's the potted loose powder or the pressed powder. I love these. They're breathable. That's pretty much it for the face. When it comes to eyeshadow, that's a whole other issue. I haven't strayed far away from another beauty store brand, the Magic Collection. I have there's this regular beige sort of tone general eyeshadow primer that I use when I want to give an extra pop to pressed eyeshadows. This awesome cut crease concealer. They have a really good glitter liner that helps when it comes to using those pigments and glitters like the potted granules. It doesn't get too hard too quick, and I'm still able to kind of maneuver things if they don't land where I intended them to. My absolute favorite, this stuff, the illuminator drops. Oh my gosh, I plan to completely drench my face in this thing because look out for it, I'm serious. This thing on bare skin gives melanin like a really, really, really beautiful cotton candy glow. I'm talking like this shade family on bare skin. It's really light. It doesn't take a lot to add a pop to either your lips. I use it sometimes to mix it in with regular pressed shadows. When I'm working with pigments, I sometimes, mix a little in there to kind of create something that's dimensional, multi-dimensional. So yeah, look out for that. When it comes to liners, Black. Black. I love to keep a liquid liner. You know, for my eyes, I tend to use a combination of like the standard pencils, as well as I treat black lipstick, you know, as a liner as well. It's one of my main my main go-tos when I'm trying to create that perfect natural palette. So yeah, whatever works for you, whatever your typical brands are, I say keep at it. You know, if you'd like to, you know, join me, I say feel free. Try out the Absolute brand. Try out the Magic collection. I'm sure you'll be happy. So yeah, let's kind of thin this thing down, get my organizer together, add some more things to the Finessa case, and keep the party going. We've made it to the end, you guys. So now we get to talk about adornments. Eyeshadows, things that I use every day, and some of the creative supplies that I use for the more elaborate looks. When it comes to day-to-day and regular soft glam, I usually stick to eyeshadows. And I'm one of those people who, whether or not that you've known it, I've actually spent the past maybe year testing out products for what is going to be a signature palette for the SewNaturyl brand. This particular palette, I love her. Like, you could tell from the outside and you can tell from the inside, I've taken this thing down to the metal. So I'm going to be switching her out. Since I figured I like it, I'm going to just try one more sample palette just to be sure that I want to commit. More to come, hopefully by summer, maybe late spring. We'll see how things turn out. Another fun set of things that I like to use, you've got to have your face paint. Mine as well, love, she has to go into a Ziploc bag, but the Athena painting palette by You Can Be, this is by far the best face paint style makeup kit that you could get on Amazon or from select beauty retailers in person. I love it because I can use it as both a creative tool and a base under eyeshadows. It really just gives a saturated color. It's great for guidelines. It doesn't run easily, so that's what I like to use. Next we have a category that I like to call flatbacks. These are either rhinestones or paillettes that are like pearls, different metallics. These are great for creating those more elaborate looks. Just a handy rubber pen, a rubber tip pen, and just some your standard clear setting traditional eyelash glue to kind of keep these buggers on when you put them on there. These are what I'm going to be using in addition to, get a load of this, not only like the individuals but like the adhesives. Whenever I'm in the beauty store, if Five Below, if Walmart has like Halloween clearance, I'm going to get it. I am going to get it. I have some really colorful, elaborate looks that I'd like to pull off, and it's going to be interesting seeing how these things fare up. So how could I forget? While I do tend to wear the signature palette, I try to wear it every day. I'm usually mixing in, we all know and love these again, beauty store favorite Nika K. These little mini palettes, I have a lot of them. A lot of them. Whenever I see a new color, I sort of treat them like Pokemon cards. They're great for layering. They are, even though it's one of the more common and expensive brands, the color saturation on these palettes is top notch. It lasts all day. It can last well into the night. Again, if you make sure to prime your face and give your makeup something to stick to. There's different tones, combinations, colors to suit any occasion. And so I'm a very, very, very big fan of those. Other than that, outside of the magnetic lashes and a few odds and ends on colors of lip glosses and lipsticks, I'll just buy them for a specific look, because again, the natural lip, it's the natural lip for me. That's it. So we're just gonna go ahead and finish up, thinning out the day-to-day and packing this case up, and let's kind of take a minute to see just how much product I was able to fit and thin out and organize. But again, this has been awesome. Before we go, I definitely want to thank you guys for investing all these minutes with me while I sit at my little work table and get my life together. It's been pretty awesome. So let's kind of wrap up. Maybe I'll pop back in for one last goodbye. Who knows? Come on. So we finally reached the real end. Thank you guys for sitting with me on my adventure and organization journey. It's really appreciated. Looking forward to tuning out more looks. Gonna definitely not make Capricorn season probably, but I'm gonna give you a birthday look to remember. So that's coming up immediately next. Also be on the lookout for the behind the scenes of the Halloween video. I haven't forgotten. It's been a while, but I think the behind the scenes you'll really enjoy. That was my most ambitious project to date. I was really proud of it. Took a lot of chances, and I can't wait to share some insight with you guys. We're still going to have a fun story time ahead and tons of luck. So I'm not going to jinx myself by giving you guys a timeline. Just keep an eye out on the page. Be sure to turn on those notifications. Tell your friends to subscribe. The more views, the better. The bigger the Sew family gets, the more fun we have. But until next time, everybody, please stay safe. Please stay safe. Love you all. See you next time. Thanks again.